Good evening, everyone. Let me begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land we meet on and pay my respects to elders, both past, present, and emerging. This land has never been ceded, and this land will always belong to the First Nations people. And we as migrants need to be grateful for the love and hospitality they show and continue to show our people. May I begin by acknowledging our distinguished guests, Honorable Pauline Richards. Thank you very much for your lovely comments. Pauline and I know each other very well, and we share a lot of enthusiasm for the multicultural community. I also have worked very closely with the President Remy. Remy and I work on the Regional Advisory Board as well, and her dynamism, enthusiasm also for her community knows no bounds. Everyone here is a distinguished guest. So I'm not going to mention names because there were so many names mentioned and I don't want to leave out anyone's name. We are gathered here, and congratulations on your anniversary of independence. For countries that have been colonized, independence and the right to be who you are is very important. And the Nigerian community shows that. And I was listening to to Remy's speech, and she spoke about the theme for this evening: heritage, identity, and legacy. Heritage is what you have, what your country gives you, and what you hold dear, especially when you migrate to another country. You hold on to that heritage, beautiful heritage that you come from. That also gives you that identity that we talk about, and what you leave is a legacy to your children who are growing up in a new country that they call home, Australia. She spoke about the 250 ethnic communities that are there as well. So, as migrants, we hold dear where we come from and what we try to inculcate in our children as well. And as Pauline mentioned, in a few weeks' time, not few weeks, roughly 15 days from now, Australians and most of you here will be making a decision. Why are we doing that? We are doing that because of the First Nations people. If you look at the First Nations people, there are over 500 different tribes with a 65,000-year history, heritage, and culture, one of the oldest living civilizations. Unfortunately, in the last 200 years, their right to exhibit their culture and heritage, their right to celebrate, their right to dictate how they function and work has been taken away from them. They lost their voice of how they could go about working with the people. I'm going to read one excerpt of the Uluru Statement from the Heart, and you'd have heard many comments about this statement, that it's made by an elitist group of Aboriginal people. It's made by different groups of people. The 250 elders who gathered in 2017 to come up with the statement did that after consulting Aboriginal people across the country. They did not make the decision very lightly. They sat, they consulted, they spoke to their tribes, they spoke to their people, and gathered and came up with a statement. There's one paragraph I want to read to you. It says, "We seek constitutional reforms to empower our people to take a rightful place in our own country. When we have power over our destiny, our children will flourish. The term our children will flourish. They will walk in two worlds, and their culture will be a gift to their country. So the First Nations people are asking you to think about it, consider, and make the decision whether you are going to support them or not. They're asking you to walk with them on this journey for recognition. They're not asking to rewrite the Constitution. They're not asking any change. They want to be recognized, to be able to be that voice for their own people. So on the 14th of October, we are on the cusp of history making. We are going to wake up on the 15th, and maybe in 10 years' time, 15 years' time, your children, your grandchildren will be looking at this date and thinking, we have done the correct thing or not. So please think about it, reflect on it. If you have not met a First Nations person, reach out to them, talk to them. It's not too late. Engage with them, and you will find what they want is that to have the destiny of their country. They're wanting to bring together, as Noel Pierce Peterson mentioned a few days ago, he said, this voice will bring together the British heritage, the Aboriginal heritage, and the multicultural heritage together as one nation, one country. All the very best, and thank you.